OGTV 45, and I'm back in with another tap in. Now, y'all know I don't make videos coming at black American women. That's one thing I don't like to do. I let Kevin Samuels have his lane, and I stay in mine. So for this situation, we're going to label this woman Nigerian due to the shape of her head, even though there's a possibility she might be FBA. But if we call her FBA, as a village, we would have no choice but to call Child Protective Services on her because she's really a piece of crap.
I remember I used to make a few videos about getting my boys a vasectomy or getting them clipped, because if we have normalized to the point of women and young teenage girls can start getting birth control at around age 11, 12, 13 years old for any other multitude of reasons, but one of the major reasons is because a lot of these mothers don't be wanting no teenage daughters. I got ate up for that shit, and I still stand behind what the fuck I be saying. Boys should actually be vasectomized, bitch.
So I guess we're just going to skip right over condoms, huh? But wait, the misandry gets worse.
Why are we so against vasectomies? Why are we so fucking against vasectomies? And why are we always so quick to defend and call the fuck out of men when it comes down to the topic of vasectomies? Because the main number thing that everybody like to say about vasectomies is about how they're not reversible. And my thing is, why the fuck do y'all want it to be reversible so bad? Are we not at a very overpopulated ass country any fucking way? Like, am I missing something? What is the obsession with wanting men to continuously procreate babies all around our fucking country?
Black men and black women have been expressing their differences on this internet for quite some time. I don't make it my business to publicly pick sides because I know how I am and I know how my life has went. I've been in relationships with women where I just drugged somebody's daughter for no good reason. I was just a total piece of shit in that situation. I have. And I have also been in situations where I did everything right. And I was with a woman who was taught how to be a wife by a woman who ain't never had no husband. And it just didn't work out very well. And I had no blame in the matter. It was her fault. So I could see both sides. I can really see both sides. So I try not to make that my subject, my content matter, you know. But this particular issue right here bothers me more because she's not taking out her hatred for men on men. She's taking out her hatred for men on her children. And I have a problem with that. Because them children ain't going to do nothing but love their mama. They can't see where their mama's hatred for men has them in grave danger.
What is the purpose of wanting men to have so much access to nuts just to continuously create single mothers? Just to continuously create more women and children that they love to fucking beat and kill?
I think this is deeper than man hate. And I think this woman actually hates God. She hates God for the way he designed a man's biology. She hates God. She labels herself as spiritual. You got to forgive me for my discernment, but whenever I hear or see someone label themselves as spiritual, I automatically assume that this is a rebellious spirit. Like this person doesn't like accountability and this person doesn't like rules. And God has those. So when the people doesn't like those, they usually don't like God either.
Like, I don't understand the rhetoric. Like, we have normalized women getting birth control so bad that we literally could care less if a woman died from tumors, cysts, endometriosis, PCOS, ectopic pregnancies. Like, we are so okay with shit like that. Cancer. Do y'all not know how long that fucking list is of birth control? Like, every birth control has had a recall. Every last one of women's birth control has had a fucking recall. Every woman that I've seen that been on birth control, specific birth controls, they gain massive weight. Some women become literal infertile after having birth control for so long. I've seen women who had the next one on their fucking arm, and their arm started changing fucking colors. One lady arm was fucking lightning. I don't ever see y'all in an uproar about that. It's always women should be overly responsible of who the fuck they lay down with and just have babies by. But nobody is promoting vasectomies.
Like I said, the godless do not like accountability. The fact that this woman is having premarital sex is irrelevant. That's out of the question. It's all on the man's, it's his fault because he has semen. Now, not her fault because she took off her penny thong. Not her fault because she laid across that bed. If he put a gun to her head or forced her in some type of way, shape, form, or fashion, if he induced her in some way, shape, form, or fashion, it's his fault. That's all on him. But if she was a willing participant, how is that all his fault? Do you know how sick y'all would say a father is if he came on the internet talking about, yeah, I'm just going to sew it up. I'm going to sew a clam up. She ain't going to come in here with no babies in high school. I'm going to sew it up. And he waving a needle and thread on the camera. The people will call Child Protective Services on him. How come we ain't calling them on her? We calling ICE on the immigrants because we want to preserve our lineage. We want to protect our lineage and our culture. So bad we'll call the ICE on the immigrants. But a woman come on here with a Nigerian-shaped head and a do-rag on talking about she want to chop her little boy's nuts off. And as a community, we ain't supposed to do nothing. We supposed to mind our business. If we can call ICE on the Mexicans, we can call CPS on the Nigerian-head do-rag wearing mamas who want to chop off their sons' nuts.
Because what it is, bitch, conceiving a child starts with a man. It starts with a man. Like, I get so tired of the conversations of always wanting to blame women for bringing unwanted babies here, but it literally starts with the fucking man.
I just now had made a little prayer for this sister inside my head. I'm not even joking. I made a little prayer for her because I feel like the woman has to be really suffering on the inside to have sentiments like that. I believe so. You know, I believe she could be a victim of abuse and suffering from abandonment and neglect. And I can really sympathize with her for being a victim of abuse, but not for being a victim of abandonment and neglect. Because you deserve to be abandoned and neglected if you're meeting people in the club looking like this. See, if you look close, you'll see the lumps of wisdom right there on the head. Like you see the lumps of wisdom. That's the part that the evidence that that is Nigerian going on in there. She hides that when she goes out. She either put on a wig or she paint her face and she contours with a dent at. So you don't see none of that. So if you see her in the club, a couple of shots in, you might say, 4 and a possible, 5, I ain't trying to spend no money tonight and not do nothing crazy. I work with it. You might feel like that. But then you wake up in the morning and she's sitting there with that do-rag and that Nigerian head. She's sitting there with that do-rag and that Nigerian head. Bro, I'm out of there. Pew, and I'm not coming back. If a baby got made that night before, I'm not going to know. I'm not coming back, bro. You're blocked on everything. If I wake up the next morning and you look like that, that's not how I met you, bro. You can't just spring that on somebody the next morning. Absolutely not. You got to give a nigga a warning for that. You got to go in the bathroom before the nigga wake up and be like, listen, I'm about to come out the bathroom. I'm not going to look like I looked last night at the club. You got to tell me that. Give me a chance to prepare myself mentally so I can say, okay, there's something going on here. But if I just wake up and, no, that's a no-go. I'm gone. So if you out there catfishing people like that, and you know how to disguise the contours of your skull so that someone will mate with you and procreate with you, and then they wake up and they see how you really look, they have every right to leave. They have every right to leave. Because I'd have left myself. And I don't have a deadbeat bone in my body. But I'd leave that. I'd leave. soon as I see, I'm gone. Pew.
And then y'all always coddle them. Y'all be so quick to be on the fucking defense of not holding them accountable. Well, I mean, she decided she wanted to keep it. She wouldn't have the decision if his ass did not fucking irresponsibly nut in her. It starts with the man. And I feel like we need to start having an uprise and having vasectomies with teenage boys. What is the problem with that? Why do y'all want grandbabies so fucking bad in the economy in a fucking country that quite literally prioritized slavery, capitalism? What is the obsession? Get them boys vasectomies, bro. Get them boys some goddamn vasectomies. And if you the type of mother that's so fucking worried about your goddamn child not having kids in the future, bitch, freeze his nut.
Did she just say freeze it? We're talking about kids now. You said you're going to have your boys snipped. Your remedy to not being able to have grandchildren is freeze it. So that means you're going to send your children in there to choke the chicken. This is why you don't need to have sons. You don't need to have them. You don't understand what they are. You don't understand how to care for them. You are a very sick woman. You need to be getting some help. You're having an identity crisis. They switched you at birth with a Nigerian woman's baby. If your mom and the rest of your family is FBA, you're not their child.
Freeze the sperm. Freeze it. Like, God fucking damn. Or, of course, adoption is still a fucking thing. Foster care is still a fucking thing. Animals still fucking exist. Like, I don't get the obsession with wanting people to have fucking babies so damn bad.
I'm just going to sit this right here.
There's so many options out there. Even IVFs or, all that type of shit. Other men out here still be having sperm banks. Like, take your ass to near a sperm bank, put that shit in your woman, surrogacy, whatever the fuck. So many options out there now in big 2025. But yet y'all still obsessed with wanting men to continuously be irresponsible with their sperm and just place full blame on women. It is the weirdest shit ever.
No, your face is the weirdest shit ever. That goddamn do-rag is the weirdest shit ever. Your big-ass jawbone is the weirdest shit ever. 2 goddamn compartments on the side of your head is the weirdest shit ever. The fact that you sitting your grown ass around the house thinking about them little boys' nuts is the weirdest shit ever.